Hey there, my awesome viewers. Today I have a heartwarming story to share with you that'll surely bring a smile to your face. Picture this, a small town near the beautiful city of Brindisi in Italy, where a small church stands proudly. Now, this church, my friends, has a rather unique visitor, a visitor who's not human at all. Can you guess who it is? Well, it's none other than a lovable dog. Now, before you start thinking, wait a minute, a dog in a church, isn't that a bit unusual? Don't worry, my curious friends, because this tale gets even more intriguing. You see, this four-legged friend wasn't just any ordinary churchgoer. No. This dog would arrive all by himself without an owner in sight. But here's the thing. He was always on his best behavior, never causing any trouble. Good boy. But here's where it gets even more interesting. This pooch, with his sad puppy eyes and droopy ears, had a certain air of melancholy about him. Every day, he would take his spot in the back of the church, fixated on a particular seat. Some of the folks started wondering, could this dog actually see dead people? I know, sounds like something straight out of a movie, right? But the priest, being the wise and understanding man he was, knew there was more to it. You see, my friends, this kind-hearted priest was a dog lover himself. He had owned several furry companions throughout his life. And as he observed this forlorn dog, it became crystal clear that he wasn't some supernatural ghost seer. No, he was simply a canine in desperate need of help. This poor thing was skinny, with a thin coat and a frail appearance. It was evident that he had no place to call home. The dog sought solace in the church, maybe for warmth, protection, and a little companionship. But the priest couldn't help but feel that this furry friend was actually here to ask for help. The question was, what kind of help? So after a sermon, the priest shared his thoughts with the parishioners and they all agreed to lend a hand. It was time to give this dog a fresh start. As they approached the dog, he looked at them curiously, his tail wagging ever so slightly. With gentle hands, they bathed and cleaned him, unraveling his matted fur for the first time in who knows how long. And you know what, my friends? Something amazing happened. This dog, who had carried sadness in his eyes, started wagging his tail with joy. It was like a spark of happiness had been lit within him, thanks to this simple act of human kindness. While cleaning the dog, the priest had a moment of realization. He had seen this dog before, but where? As he pondered, the group finished drying him off and offered him some food, and boy did he gobble it up like he hadn't eaten in days. The priest put the riddle aside for now, knowing that the most important thing was to ensure the dog's happiness and health before setting him free again. Initially, they thought taking the dog to a veterinarian would be the best option, so the priest grabbed his old leash, the one he used to use for his own dog, and guess what? This smart pup didn't resist at all. In fact, he seemed to enjoy the moment, obediently walking alongside the priest as they made their way to the vet. Can you believe it? The vet examined him carefully, running tests to make sure this furry friend was physically well despite his life on the streets. And you know what? The results came back, and the dog was fundamentally healthy. That was a huge relief. But they also checked if he had a microchip, hoping it would lead them to his owner. Sadly, no microchip was found. It seemed like a dead end, a mystery waiting to be solved. But as they walked back to the church, disappointment looming over them, a young boy emerged from a store. Something incredible happened next. This boy ran up to the dog, hugged him tightly and called him Tommy. Wait, what? The priest, now utterly confused, asked the boy why he called the dog Tommy, and the boy, with a smile, revealed that Tommy was his name. He remembered this furry friend from when he belonged to an elderly woman in the neighborhood. The plot thickens, my friends. Suddenly it hit the priest like a bolt of lightning. He had seen the dog before. Tommy belonged to Maria, an elderly woman who had sadly passed away a few months ago. It all made sense now. To confirm his suspicions, the priest decided to take Tommy on a little detour. They headed toward Maria's old house, and guess what? Tommy led the way, pulling on the leash with excitement. There was definitely a connection here. As they arrived, the house stood empty and derelict, but Tommy sat down, his eyes filled with pure joy. It was as if he knew this place like the back of his paw. The pieces were coming together, but the priest needed concrete evidence. So he took Tommy back to the church and headed to a room where he had set up surveillance cameras. Yep, things just got a bit high-tech. He reviewed the footage looking for that special moment, and there it was. The secret was finally revealed. As Maria's coffin was carried into the church, a dog followed closely behind. It was Tommy, my friends. The reason the priest hadn't noticed him that day was because he was focused on his solemn duties. But there it was, the undeniable truth. Tommy had faithfully accompanied Maria to church, walking her to her seat before settling in the back, waiting patiently for her to rise again. Tears filled the priest's eyes as he watched the footage. Tommy had come back to the church every single day, hoping to catch a glimpse of his dearest human once more, yearning for a reunion. It broke the priest's heart to witness such unwavering loyalty. And so, my friends, he made a decision, an incredible decision. The priest thought long and hard and devised a plan to adopt Tommy. He would become the dog's new human, providing him with a loving home, food, water, and the opportunity to attend Mass every single day. Of course, he could never replace Maria, but he would do everything in his power to mend Tommy's broken heart. And that, my amazing viewers, is the remarkable tale of Tommy, the church-going dog who found love and companionship in the most unexpected of places. It's a story that reminds us of the incredible bond between humans and animals and how a little act of kindness can transform a life. I hope this heartwarming story brought a smile to your face, my friends. Remember, it's the small gestures that can make the biggest difference in someone's life, even if that someone happens to be a lovable church-going dog like Tommy. Stay tuned for more incredible stories like this, and as always, keep spreading love and kindness wherever you go. Until next time.